Hey everyone, welcome to another live chat series with Venture to Impact. If you don't know me, my name is Fadi and I'm joined here by Teo, or Teodora, my best friend, and the person who was instrumental in helping us start the Romania program. Hey Teo.
Hi, Fadi, my best friend. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. So today, what I really wanted to do is just have a conversation about the program in Romania, your involvement, and just kind of tell our prospective volunteers some of the things that they can look forward to in this year's installment. How does that sound?
Sounds good. I'm excited to do this.
Awesome. Well, since everybody here knows me, why don't we start with a quick introduction about you? Just a brief, high-level introduction.
Okay, so my name is Teo. I was born in Romania. I left Romania when I was 24. That was like in 2004. I went to the States. I lived there for 4 years, and I met my husband Ryan there. He works for Salesforce. And we moved to Europe for a year, and then we moved in Canada sometime in 2009, I think. And I'm an artist right now. I do paintings and cross stitching, and I enjoy volunteering as well.
Do you have examples of your cross stitching with you? I saw you posted something on Instagram today.
Yeah, if you give me a second, I'll need to move.
We can wait. All right.
Okay, we can do it later.
So your first volunteer experience with Venture to Impact was in 2016, and it was in Indonesia. Could you tell us a little bit about your first ever volunteer experience with Venture to Impact?
My husband went to the V2I to Uganda a couple of years before, I think, was it? And he had a very good experience about it, and he wanted me to join in to go with V2I and everybody else. And at the time, V2I had the opportunity for volunteering in Indonesia. So we decided to go together and for me to experience for the first time volunteering. The trip was great, and the experience was very good, and I kind of got the idea there to
What
build
was great about
from.
the experience?
The experience was great just to kind of learn about what volunteering is, to learn about the different culture and a different country as well, to meet some great people like you guys, and kind of like opened my eyes and made me think about that I can do something similar to Romania, to my home country.
And what made you what's was there anything specific that made you think about in your experience that made you think about, hey, we should start something in Romania? What was that like aha moment?
Um, I think all the experience there, like helping people and kind of trying to make a difference. And my thought came to me and was more permanent after we had that art class with the kids in Indonesia.
So we had about
Um,
like 200, like what, like 50 to 100 kids,
yes,
and
yes,
what did
like
you do with them, if you remind me?
yeah, we are painting, and we had the great opportunity because, like, everybody was telling us at the time in Indonesia, what they do in school there, they are not allowed to express themselves through art, as in, like, they were taught uh, certain things about art, but they never had the opportunity to paint on canvas or to paint anything they wanted. So we kind of brought that to them to kind of open their eyes. Hey, you can do everything. Use your imagination, and just paint. Just feel free to express yourself. So I thought we're here kids, and I knew I had an experience in Romania when I was a kid. One of my aunts um, worked for an orphanage in my hometown, and she took me in one day, and it just I remember even like was today the experience there, like the kids and the needs they had, and the personal was not enough. The people working there, they were not enough to take care of these kids and like to be there for them. So I remembered about that experience. So I said, this is what I want to do. I want to bring V2I and everybody else who want to help to work. At the time, I was thinking to work with the adults because with the kids, lots of NGOs are coming to Romania to work with the kids, but nobody um, wants to like engage with the adults, orphan adults
Yeah.
anymore.
So can you tell us a little bit about the population that we worked with? How old were they? Who they are? All that fun
In
stuff.
Romania.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me the best time was last year. The first year was a bit, to know each other. We didn't know everything about each other, and they had to know us. And I think they were not as open as they were last year. We worked in the mornings with the children under 18. They're on vacation at the time in the summer, so they loved joining us for all kinds of activities. And in the afternoon, we worked with the adults, which were living in a transit center. Transit center is one of the buildings which Hope and Homes for Children, the NGO we're working with, and we partner in Romania. They built the center, and they kind of like help the adults to transition from family homes to reality, like real life, to put it that
Yeah.
way. You know.
And I agree with you. This year was like a lot, or 2018 was our second year in the program. We had a lot of repeat young adults and repeat children, so we were able to like build really great relationships with them because it was our second time, meeting them and hanging out with them. Um, do you have any specific highlight from your time in Romania, whether it's with the children or with the volunteers or anything?
Um, I think I think as I said, last year was my favorite year. I have been there, maybe because we're more open and more comfortable with each other. I think each of them they had some progress. Some of them they had more than others, but most of them I could see, and my highlight for me was them engaging with us. They were more open, more confident,
Hmm.
which tells me like we were there to help them at least with the confidence in themselves.
Yeah, I noticed this year people were like not shy at trying to speak English, and
Yes.
they were like willing to search for words or even make mistakes just because they felt like, hey, this is a safe relationship and this is a safe group, and we can experiment and we can try to learn new things, and it's still like fun, and it was just really great to kind of see the relationship to develop to that level. Um,
Yeah, I think just I don't want to interrupt you, but I want to add something about this. I think because us going there and telling our life stories as well, some of our volunteers, some of V2I people share their life experiences. And I think in their mind, us going there from a different country was like, oh my God, these people are perfect. And they realized each of us, we had problems in the past or challenges in life, right? So I think that kind of like, oh, they're not, they're not the gods or, they are like simple people like us, and they're here to engage with us and be with
yeah,
us. And, so I think that kind of helped too.
yeah, it's so important to kind of be open on the program and share your personal story, because these kids or young adults imagine that they're the only ones that are struggling. They're the only ones that come from um, rougher backgrounds or whatever,
Yes.
and yeah, just the collective stories definitely made the bonding so much more
And I think
serious to see.
I think the activities too, like the ones, especially the ones when you guys try to speak Romanian and kind of like that helped you. So kind of uh, show them like it's okay to make mistakes.
Yeah,
We're not born with like speaking a different like a foreign language. Like we are learning. We all us do, right?
yeah.
So I think that helped a lot, and it was fun too.
And yeah, that produced a lot of laughs because uh,
Yeah.
Romanian is very hard, and we had to try to speak it so
Yeah.
we can try to convince them that, hey, listen, we're gonna make mistakes speaking Romanian, and then you're gonna make mistakes speaking English, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So I know that you invest a lot in the youth that are part of the program and a part of the community, and I know that the volunteering for you doesn't stop when you
Yes.
leave Romania. Can you tell us a little bit about how do you continue to support the people involved in the program?
Um, each of those kids or the adults, they know they can um connect with me anytime they need some advice or something. It's sometimes it's hard when you don't have parents or somebody very very close by to give you advice or encourage you or certain things, or even like telling you, hey, it's not good to do whatever you're doing or you think you're doing. But last year and this year as well. This year I'm working with like three girls under eight. No, three girls. I think two are over 18 and one is under 18, and no, three over 18 and one under 18. And I do English lessons with them online. I teach them English, or some of them kind of like um, trying to with them trying to like help them understand English grammar, especially more like more and more. Um, One of the girls, I encouraged her this year to go and get some tutoring to go get her high school degree because most of them, unfortunately, they don't have high school degrees. So I think I was the only person in her life who encouraged her, and she started tutoring and hope for the best. Hopefully in the fall she's gonna pass her exams and get her high school degree. So
And it's really amazing, and it goes to the heart of what we're trying to do with the program because we really want to encourage our community of youth to continue their path in education and for them to try to find better paying jobs. So journey with someone and encourage them to move forward to get their high school degree and continue to pursue their education is definitely going to open doors for them. Once they have that degree and being able to attain better paying jobs and secure their life in the future. So that's really amazing. And I actually didn't know that you were doing that. So
yeah,
that's a really cool story.
well, I think it's not only for the material part or for getting a better job. It's like getting confidence, like you know, helping them to become more confident because none of them has confidence in themselves. And I talked to lots of them, and they have the same idea they're not good enough or they can't do it, or because I think during the years people will keep telling them, people around them, and I'm trying to kind of like, hey, you can do this, you have to do it, like you have to try at least.
Yeah.
So I think they have to understand. I think most of them, they don't understand the idea of like having a high school degree or even a college degree or a university degree will help them with their future. They think like, even if I have that, how's that gonna help me? They
Right.
don't realize like, hey, like it's gonna help you. You never know. Like you should do this.
Yeah. definitely.
yeah, it's hard. It's hard because like you have to. I think in my case, like I had to push and push because I'm a pusher, as you know. Like I push and like
No. Ew.
kind of convince them like, hey, you can do this. You know, it's like a lot of people did it, so you can do it too. Doesn't matter your background. Doesn't matter you grew up with no parents who pushed you to do your
Right.
homeworks or to study or something like that. You know, you have to be serious and do it. You know.
I think that's passion. That's not pushing. It's it's
Well,
it's a little different, you know.
you know, it depends how you look at it, I
Yeah,
guess,
I mean
you
it's all
know.
about the lens.
I think it depends how you look at it. But thank you for saying
Hey,
that.
you're welcome. That's what best friends are for.
I know.
So, so we have about 34 people signed up to come to Romania. I think there's 20 somewhere that are interested in the program, and unfortunately, we won't have space for all of them. But uh,
I'm sure I can make space.
we'll try to make space. And you know, one thing I'm wondering is what you know what advice would you give for people that are coming to Romania? You know, you've this is your third time in this volunteer project, so I'm sure you have lots of advice and lots of things that you want to share with them. So,
My advice is, first of all, to come with an open mind, you know, and be open with everybody around. Um, to understand that these children or adults, they are very sensitive and sometimes emotional, and you know they have to be there for them and have fun, especially with them, you know, and try not to judge or you know like promise them anything. Just to be there and engage with them. That's the main thing with them, you know. And I think if they have time before or after, they should see part of the
so
Romanian
tell us a little
program.
bit about Romania. Tell us. I mean, there's a lot of the people that are coming have never been to Romania, have never been to Eastern Europe. Um, so tell us a little bit about Romania. Tell us a little bit about the culture, the people. What you know? We're in Transylvania, beautiful part of Romania. What do they want to make time to see? Yeah, we would love to hear from you about these things.
Well, in Romania, has lots of things to see, as you know, and I told you many stories about it. Now it depends on each person who'd like to visit or to spend time. We have obviously the Black Sea, which is a beautiful part of the world, and you can go for you know enjoying some time, like for a week or so on the beach. Or we have the Danube Delta, which is a bit harder to get there, but lots of like birds and the society there. It's still um, they're living still a simple life there.
Mhm.
I'm not talking about without electricity or internet or you know gas or stuff like that, but I'm talking about you know people are still don't they don't have cars there, for example.
Wow.
So if you're coming by boat, because that's the only option to get there, somebody with a horse in the car, they'll come and take your luggage and take you to where you're staying at your lodgings. Um, Transylvania is a very beautiful part of Romania. There are lots of medieval
Mhm.
cities there and a lot of history you can see and good food as well and lots of activities you can do there too. There are bunch.
Amazing hiking, amazing hiking. My wife and I took a week and just hiked all around Transylvania, and it was dope. So I
Yeah.
love Transylvania for that for sure.
Plus we have Transfăgărășan as well, which Transfăgărășan is one of the biggest windiest roads in Romania for the Carpathian Mountains as well, which is quite a must see. I think a couple of the ladies last year they went there, they rented a car and they went they drove around there and they had a I think a good time there. Lots of castles in Romania. If somebody is interested in castles, medieval castles, you know, Bran Castle, Dracula's Castle is in
Right.
Transylvania near Warsaw as well. Bukovina, which is north of Romania, Maramuresh, where Baramara is part of it, kind of. The villages there and lots of places there where the tradition is still around, and you know, lots of things to do and visit. It's a cemetery there, which is like a happy cemetery where all the crosses. They have poems, like comic poems about the people which are buried there. We have Moldova, where I'm from, actually. Moldavia, let's put it that way. We don't want to separate from Moldova, the country. So it's Moldavia, regional Romania, where
Right.
there are beautiful sites as well, some mountainous sites, and lots of monasteries, like medieval, like old monasteries as well. Yeah. So
That's
it's a full, like you have a full complex, you know, and
yeah.
even Bucharest, the capital, Bucharest, they have like certain museums and certain things to do as well there too. So
Yeah, and I couldn't recommend Romania enough.
yeah.
Maybe it's because I've had such an impactful time at volunteering with the youth in the community that they made me love the culture and the people even more. So when we take time and travel throughout the country, I just feel like, oh, this is such a good place, and I feel so, yeah, just like
And everybody loved you there, Fadi. Everybody loved you,
every,
all of you, but
oh,
they loved you. Even now, some of the kids, some of the adults ask me about you, how are you doing, and
oh,
all that. Yeah. So
that's so
they
cool.
miss you. They can't wait to see you again.
Amazing. Well, that's really cool. Teo, did you have any like other like thoughts or like any parting thoughts, like anything else that you want to share with the community that will be watching this video before we end this live chat?
Well, just to those ones who signed up for this experience, we're welcoming you to Romania, and we're excited to have you there. And thank you for doing this with us. And for the ones which are still thinking or they didn't decide yet, come with us. It's a it's a very good experience. One maybe once in a lifetime. So you have to do this. You have to do this. Not only for the kids and for VTI or Hope and Homes, but for for yourself as well. And bring your family and kids and everybody, your relatives. Just come.
Amazing. And you are on week one, which is June
Yes.
28th to July 7th. So there's
Yeah.
uh 12 other people from Salesforce, Netflix, Microsoft, and Apple on that week. So you'll be meeting lots of these volunteers, and yeah, hopefully maybe you'll meet the rest of the volunteers at some other point as well. Well, Teo,
I can't wait. I'll be there in May, end of May. I'll be in Romania, so I'll be in Cluj when everybody else is flying, probably. So probably we'll see each other at the airport for week two
perfect. Well,
or week one. I'm
week
sorry,
one, week one. Maybe you'll stick
week
around
one.
for a couple of days for week two. You never know.
I wish I could. I can't. My husband will wait for me in Scotland. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so I'll be flying from Cluj to Scotland the second week. So
Okay.
yeah,
That's a good excuse. Well,
yeah.
thank you so much for making the time to do this. I'm sure the community has learned so much about Romania, about the project, and most of all about what happens when just a regular volunteer like you gets so fired up about creating a product and bringing really important work into their local community and flies to Romania, makes connections, connects the world, and then makes things happen. So this is really, really just a great perspective, and it's great to have you as a partner and a volunteer in our Romania work. That wouldn't happen if it wasn't for you.
Well, thank you so much, Fadi, for this opportunity right now here, and for you guys, you, Ron and Brianna, for agreeing to be to be coming to Romania and develop this project with me as well. Because without you, I couldn't have done it. And you did such an amazing job all through these years. And I'm thankful for you all.
Amazing. Well, mulțumesc. How do I say it? Thank you very much.
Mulțumesc foarte mult.
Mulțumesc foarte mult, Theodora, and I'm sure I will see you soon. Thank you.
Mulțumesc și eu, Fadi. Bye.